Good afternoon. My name is Elaine Manzer. I'm the mayor of the town of Peace River, and I'm here just to bring you an update on the discussions and decisions from our last council meeting, which was on February 10th. So we had two public hearings. The first one dealt with causing 8 districts in town to now be able to have domestic animal care services. This was brought up when a business owner in town wanted to develop a doggy daycare, and it was found that the district she wanted to do this in was not allowed at that time. So the land use bylaw has been amended. It went through third reading, and we'll have a new business, the doggy daycare. It's in the former Martineau's building, if you're familiar with that, and we wish the new owner luck with her business. The second hearing dealt with the town-owned portion of the Lions Campground. It went through third reading and has been rezoned from community development to direct control, which means council has more say in what would be happening with that in the future. So the plan is that the town will sell the town-owned portion, but it will have to remain as a campground. So we look forward to further development there. Another section we looked at was the council grants to organizations policy. And this is a policy that the town allocates about $50,000 in our budget for 2025, and it helps not-for-profit and some groups, teams, etc., with some of their event planning. It helps them a little bit with things that they might not be able to fully fund or fully carry on with if they did not have the little extra money that they apply for from the town. So our next input to date or deadline is March 15th. But some of the changes to the policy that were implemented are some clarity with respect to the fact that this policy does not fund ordinary operational matters. Also, if the organization received a grant and they did not spend it all on their project, in particular a capital project, then they have to refund the money. There was also a few other changes with respect to just the administration of the policy. So we look forward to having more applications, and as I said, the deadline will be March 15th for the next one. We would also like to thank the Community Services Board representatives, public representatives, Shannon Hammer and Josh Magnuson, for their service as they have resigned from the board. We would also like to extend our appreciation for Caitlin Martineau and Nashar Eibel for applying to extend their services to the board for one more year. So these are public members that represent our community on that board, and they have interesting discussions about all sorts of community services things, recreation, buildings, etc. Another major discussion was something that all towns in Alberta, municipalities such as ours, have been told that there's been a Police Act change, and we are told that we have to do one of two things: either become a member of a regional policing committee or a community policing committee. Both of these committees will have some oversight with respect to administration of our local RCMP, but there's many unanswered questions that our town has. So we decided, since there's a little bit of a time constraint, that we would say that we are going to join the Regional Policing Committee to begin with, and that means we'll be on a committee with the other towns in our northwest area, which are Hinton, Edson, Whitecourt, and Drayton Valley. So the 5 of our towns, we all fit in the same 5,000 to 15,000 population of a municipality, and so we're all in that region, and we've been assigned to work together on this committee if we so choose. We'll wait for some further answers from the province on the questions we still have, and eventually decide whether or not we'll stay as a regional policing committee or perhaps form our own municipal policing committee. This is different than the Police Advisory Committee that we presently have, and we're not too sure how the two will work together or what the duties of both will be. Our advisory committee is a society, and it cannot be one of these committees at this point in time. Other information about the RCMP that we were also privileged to have at our council meeting was the quarterly report from Acting Staff Sergeant Blair. She basically brings the town up to date on a quarterly basis. This one was a little delayed. It was the period from July to September, so we're expecting a new one here shortly. Things she mentioned in particular that the RCMP really appreciates the town business and residents' help when they report suspicious activities. It helps them develop a history of the activity or the area or something like that, and they can follow up on it over time, especially if they notice a lot of suspicious activity happening in a particular area or something like that. She mentioned also that RCMP, under the 911 Act, have to respond to any 911 call, which makes sense. However, they have noticed an increase in the either false or abandoned 911 calls. So somebody calls 911 by mistake or whatever, hang up, the police still have to go and investigate. So that does take police time, and we would ask that the public just perhaps be a little more aware when they're using the phone, especially if you're dialing 9 at the beginning of something, that you make sure it's not 911 unless you really mean to call that. We were also informed that the land use bylaw refresh process is going to go more public on February 19th. It's a Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. at the town council chambers. There people will get an idea of some of the major changes and be able to start asking questions and so on. There will be a survey on the website with respect to the land use bylaws, so everyone will have a chance to have their input there if they so choose as well. Perhaps last topic is our new town hall building. Our CAO, Mrs. Miller, has informed us that we had 3 applications when we advertised for someone or a business to come forth and help us lead the direction and the type of renovations that we would need for the new town hall to make it a good workplace so that the workflow is the way we would like it, and so that the public also is able to find their way around in a easy fashion. So we're looking forward to that, and sooner than later we'll probably have some more renovations there. But meanwhile, the building has had its furnace, its heating system checked, its air handling checked, and a few other things. So we look forward to more of that, and time will progress, and sooner or later we'll be an accessible building. The elevator has been certified and is working, which is one of the main things. And other than that, I would like to wish everybody a happy Family Day, February 17th, this Monday. There's going to be lots of activities at the Baytex and the pool area, including perhaps a ride on a cart behind a horse. So that will be new for Peace River and new in several years anyhow. And the other thing, St. Isidore's Carnival starts this Friday and goes till the pancake breakfast on Sunday morning. So have a good weekend and keep warm.